My hopes and dreams of where I think we can go using a tool like fasting to change the incredible crisis that so many women are finding themselves in right now, whether they're being gaslit in their doctor's office, whether they are struggling with their menopause symptoms, or maybe they can't lose 50 pounds, they don't know how to do that, or maybe they're struggling to get pregnant. I mean, there's so many reasons that women need this tool. We're going to really dive into what is happening right now in the world for women, and then why fasting has become such an amazing tool, and then talk about some of the basic principles around fasting. So the first thing that I will share with you, and I was in the health trenches, is the way I call it, with my patients for over 25 years. And my slant with my clinic was always lifestyle. I just always felt like before you put somebody on a medication, before you put somebody on a supplement, before you gave them some fancy treatment, let's fix lifestyle first. And when we look at statistics like 40% of Americans have one, or 60% have one chronic disease, and 40% have two or more chronic diseases, that's not a lack of supplements. That's not a lack of medication. That's a lack of lifestyle education. So I really put a huge focus in my practice on lifestyle, and I would educate them on different lifestyle tools. So it'd be everything from, okay, we're going to talk about brain health. We're going to talk about immunity, because my goal was to educate. And by the way, if you have never really thought this through, doctor, the word doctor actually means to teach. Like that's so, but we've lost that in our healthcare system. We don't even think about that anymore. It literally means to teach. We all heal ourselves. Nobody's a healer but you. You're just healing yourself. Two of the biggest hurdles to being healthy, and it's the hurdles I've heard from my patients over and over and over again. But if we are going to change the direction that health is going right now, we have to find a tool that is low cost or free and time efficient. And I don't know any other healing tool on the freaking planet that can accomplish that like fasting can. Now, exercise is free, not time efficient, but I am a big fan of exercise. Eating well, not free, but you got to eat. And unfortunately, now it's become an issue where good food, healthy food is more expensive. I decided to write Fast Like a Girl because I had been watching the techniques around fasting that I was teaching my patients. I was watching it work so well for women when we cycled fasting in and out. Fast Like a Girl was born, because my motivation to write that book was to get a free and time-efficient tool into every woman's hands. As I was writing the book, I started to dive into really what the current situation with women's health was. And it is very, very depressing, as many of you know. And one of the things that has been really lighting up my heart is that this was back in 2020 that all of this went down. And here we are 4 years later. And in that 4 years, we have gone from not even recognizing that women need a different health plan than men, that women are being put on medications that have never been studied on them, that women have more autoimmune conditions than men do, that women are struggling more with their health than men. In the last 4 years, that conversation has been bubbling to the surface. And I'm so happy we're now having the conversation, because 4 years ago, we didn't even have a language to even think that women should be doing health different. And I just want to point out some statistics of what happens when we don't pull women into a different health category, when we are blind to that. And this has to change. What I have realized is that it's up to us. And a chronic statement I keep saying over and over again is it is not our fault where we have landed for healthcare right now, but it is our responsibility. So we are going to take our power back by learning something as simple as a fasting lifestyle. So we've got to come back to it's our responsibility. We need to change our lifestyle so we don't end up with medical bills that are incredibly expensive, and we don't end up with chronic diseases that a healthcare system doesn't know how to get us off of. And if you're in that healthcare system, I mean, full respect, because I've talked to so many of you who have shared with me how you're trying to change the lifestyle of your patients, and I applaud you. But here's the current reality. So we have, like I said, 60% of Americans have one chronic disease, 40% have two or more. 800 million people worldwide are obese. I'm going to talk about that one because a lot of you know that I've got a new book that will be coming out in October. It's called Eat Like a Girl. It's all about the eating window. It's a cookbook. And one of the things I'm trying to teach is how do you eat now that we know how to fast. That's a whole nother story. But 800 million people are obese worldwide. 41% of women over 21 are obese. 45% of women have high blood pressure. By the way, genetics is only one part of all of this. There is a lot that the way that you, just so we're all clear, the way you trigger a gene is through lifestyle. So if you don't want the genetic profile that you've been given, then even more of a reason to work on your lifestyle. 45% of women have high blood pressure. 1 out of 5 women developed Alzheimer's. We have 1 out of 8 women have a thyroid problem. 50%, by the way, of women going through menopause will have a thyroid problem. And we have 1 out of 9 women with type 2 diabetes. And statistically, cancer is going to affect half of us. Half of us are going to get a cancer diagnosis in our lifetime. So when we look at these statistics, we have to come back to a lifestyle tool. And why I said I love fasting is because it's free, it's effective, and it's time efficient. So we all can do it.
Okay, I gotta interrupt this video because I have a free guide for you so you can master fasting. It's called A Beginner's Guide to a Fasting Lifestyle. And all you've gotta do is click here and you can jump right in.
When you put yourself in this healing state, your body repairs itself. And one of the things that I love more than anything is when you get an incredible fasting result, what happens is there's only one person that gets the credit. Please don't give me the credit. I just brought you the information. The one person that gets the credit is you. Those of you that are gonna go on this incredible journey with me to educate women about a fasting lifestyle, you needed to know this. So I hope that was helpful. I hope it fired you up. I never want to bring you information that we can't solve. And what I want you to understand is all of us coming together to solve this problem, to change the way that women look at their bodies in healthcare, to even in the smallest conversations, changing the way that women, the suffering that women are having, giving people, those of you who've shared the books with your friends, thank you, because really what you did is give them hope. If we all come together on this is how we will change healthcare. I cannot do it on my own, and now I need you. And now we need to come together, and now we got to do it so together as a cohesive community so we can change the lives of 50% of the planet. So with that in mind, hugs to you all.
I know you're struggling to lose weight. It may be your fasting length. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the perfect fasting length to unstick weight loss. In fact, it's such an incredible tool for weight loss. I think you should start with fasting before you change your food to be able to get into that door in for losing weight.